On the listener part, did you notice the radio silence?
Yeah, good listeners, you know. There's no like chitter-chatter happening, you know what I mean?
Yeah, right. No, so you sound like you're pretty hands-on as an entrepreneur, and of course you're doing very well as an actor, and you must have a very good ability to manage time to be able to do both these things fabulously. Is that something that you're that you're good at?
Okay, as much as time management is not my strongest point, I would say, but I've realized that when you're really passionate about something, wo time nikal aata hai. You know, when otherwise I would be really, really bad at time management. I'm always 15 minutes late. It is like punctually late by 15 minutes. But when it comes to things that I'm really passionate about, I'm there, you know, and I know that. So I feel when it comes to Hyphen and, you know, my acting work, I don't even get to know how I divide the time. It just happens. When I finish my day of shoot, I come back, my group of Hyphen ends up getting messages at like between 11 and 1 at night. So suddenly their phones are like pinging at night because I'm done with my actor's job and now I'm there. I go back home, I see samples of the products that, you know, we want to create. I'm trying that out with my night skincare routine. I give my feedback. If I'm traveling somewhere, I find a way for the products to reach me somehow. Even on a holiday, I have done Zoom calls, product calls, marketing calls. So I think you find a way when you're really passionate about something and you know it's important because it's important to you.
If it makes you feel better, being late can also be a power move. You know, in geopolitics...
No, trust me, I never use it because I always enter the meeting saying sorry.
No,
so
don't say
how
sorry.
Is that power
it's a
in
power
any way?
Yes, Vladimir Putin is
Today I wasn't late, I must
meetings.
say that. Huh? It
Sorry?
wasn't me, guys.
No, you were on time today. Right. You've also invested in property. You've recently invested in one of the most expensive penthouses in Bandra. Kudos to you for doing that. But what does real estate mean to you as a woman? Is it just about security? Is it about independence? Or is it just a lifestyle choice?
Firstly, the news travels so fast. It's not even been a week. Like, seriously.
You're in the business of dash, dash, dash.
Yeah. It really travels fast with like all numbers out and all. And I'm like, ye kya ho raha hai? Abhi to kiya maine sign. But yeah, real estate, I feel, you know, it's such a debate. Like people keep telling me, "Arey nahi yaar, in this day and age, investing in a property is not cool. Like the math doesn't, you know, it doesn't calculate well. Staying on rent is better. You should always stay on rent." And honestly, I've been staying on rent since, even though I have a property, but when my parents moved to Mumbai with me, I kind of realized I needed a bigger space. And then I started staying on rent because I was like, yeah, it makes more sense. But sometimes I feel like stability is very important. You know, you need to, like, I like a home being home. I don't like changing my home again and again. Especially with parents, I feel that stability is very important. And for me, buying a house, I actually have a manifestation book, you know, a notebook where I write like what I really want to do, what I want to achieve. It could be different things. It could also be traveling to a particular place or whatever. And I have written there that I want to own a bungalow with a garden where my mom and dad can have chai. Because my mom very long back told me I want to have chai in a garden in a bungalow. Now in Mumbai, honestly, bungalow is very, like, it's impossible. It's like very, very difficult. So yeah, for now, this is a version of the bungalow. At least it has a garden. That was one of my main things, that it needs to have a little bit of a garden, at least for them to sit and have chai. So yeah, it's my dream, which I've tick marked, and I'm proud of it, and I'm happy that it's finally happened.
I think that's fantastic. I think financial independence and stability is what women should aim for, and having a house has a whole different kick.
Yeah, whole different feeling to it, and you know, home is home, yeah. It just it needs to feel like home.
The other thing I want you to talk about, Kriti, because you're such a role model, is fitness. And in our society in particular, but women in general tend to not focus on themselves, their time, their physical health, their mental health. You focus on fitness a lot for your roles and otherwise. So what would you want to tell them? Why is this so important?
Firstly, I completely agree with you. I feel like women don't focus on themselves. I feel they put themselves last. You know, it's everyone else first and then them. And this attitude genuinely needs to change, because unless and until you're happy, you're healthy, you're in your best shape, you cannot help or make anyone else's life better. So it's very important, and as you age, it's just equally important to start really giving yourself time, whether it's your body or your mind, whether it's whatever works for you, any form of workout. It could be just a walk, it could be yoga, it could be meditation. That's definitely not a workout, so that's mental health. But pranayam, you know, I feel like every woman should make sure that आप 45 minutes से 1 hour अपने आप को तो दे सकते हो दिन भर में. 24 घंटे में अगर आप 45 minutes to 1 hour अपने लिए निकाल लो, that is the least that you can do for yourself. So it's very, very important. I keep telling my mom also, it's very hard to push her sometimes. You know, and your body is your instrument. If tomorrow some part stops working, it's going to completely change your life. So you have to make sure that you keep all the parts moving. They need to be moving. I keep pushing my mom, and sometimes I become a monitor. I'm the monitor of the house, where I'm like, send me 10,000 steps today, you know, like, and there was a time she actually used to send me, now she stopped. So yeah, I'm still trying to motivate her and push her to do any form of, like, walking. I think we've all stopped walking in general, you know, ghar se car, like, it's not like basic stuff, sab machines kar rahi hain. Ab to dimag ka kaam bhi machines kar rahi hain, chat GPT aa chuka hai. So I feel like we need to start using ourselves more.
Yes, smartphones and smart humans. You mentioned feedback. And in this day and age, with social media, with so much communication and comments, and with your very, very public persona, how do you deal with what happens on social media and the kind of barrage of comments that I'm sure you get, the kind of feedback that you get, good, bad, ugly, all of it? Does it bother you? Does it affect you personally? Or do you say that this comes with a role and, yeah, well, haters will be haters, let's move on?
Yeah, I think the last bit. I don't pay heed at all to comments and what people are saying, because I feel like someone's taking their own lives bhadas on someone else, you know, so I don't really take it seriously. I feel that if I don't know you, am I really going to respond to what you say? If you say something nasty to me, no. So no, I don't. I feel social media, I try and use it for the good part of it, which is I like connecting with my fans. I like connecting with people beyond just films. I also feel that filमें एक साल में 2 आती हैं, मतलब शायद ही 3 आ जाए, कभी-कभी 1 भी नहीं होती है 1 साल में. So it's nice to just have a constant connection with your fans through, you know, the social media platform. But other than that, I feel like no one's really going to remember you for your social media, you know.
But you know, is there pressure to be always perfect? Because these days film stars are clicked everywhere. Going into a gym, walking out of a gym, going to a salon, going into an airport. Like,
you know, when it all started, I think, yeah, everyone was like, oh, no, I'm going to, if paps are there, I need to be looking perfect. But I think beyond a point, na, hum log bhi used to ho gaye. So now it doesn't really matter much. Now it's okay. Like, you move around like you move around. I think it's very difficult to fake it for very long. And in life, you can't. Like, we're already doing so much on screen. You're being a completely different person. So if in life also you're a different person, it's too much work. Nobody's paying you for that. So I think I really, really like keeping my social media real. I don't ever, so many times, you know, we have our digital team and they'll be like, oh, ma'am, this song is trending. And I'm like, but I don't like it. So you have to be very you, I think. Otherwise, everyone's going to end up being the same on social media. People are losing identities, you know, I feel. And that's so important to just be you. I feel I use social media like a tool. For me, it's not a destination at all. I feel I want people to remember me for my work. You know, so that is my main focus. Of course, social media is an added tool where I can connect with them, but no one's going to remember what I post, you know, after like 2 years. So, yeah.